Hi, my name is Jay Wan. I'm 30 years old. I'm from Kelantan. I'm an English teacher by day, and the rest of the time, I should film for the last 12 years. I used to view photography in a more technical sense, where the product of light aligning with the right kind of aperture and the right number of shutter speed and with the right sensor or film, the photography is complete. But that was very naive of me, because photography is definitely more than that. My most favorite photographer of all time is a gentleman by the name of Keith Carter. And in one of his interviews, he said that photography is a language of memory. You know, the raw materials of photography are light and time and memory. So it was profound to me the first time I heard it, that it literally set the course of how I make photographs ever since. Every photograph needs to have a purpose, an insight to how human lives works, or how the world is, basically. And yeah, that's basically what photography is to me. My comfort zone has always been people. I love shooting portraitures. I love looking at how people behave with their surroundings and their environments, and how they put themselves with their surroundings really fascinates me. Every photograph that I took obviously will have the element of myself in it, how they behave with me, because I'm also part of their surroundings, basically, right? So yeah, whether I like it or not, I'm not really sure, but yeah, the relations I have with my subjects exist in my photographs. Okay, there's a lot of challenges that I have to go through over the past 12 years, and the challenges still exist today. Everything from finding motivation to go out shooting every day, to finding the right light for the right purpose, to finding the right framing for the vision that I have in my head. But after all those challenges are cleared, everything else will come naturally, I used to wait for inspiration to actually go out and make photographs, but nowadays I just work first and get inspired later, and surprisingly, inspiration comes way easily and way often that way. I'm lucky in that sense, because when I'm teaching, the place where I teach gives me ample time to work on my photography, on things that I love. But you're right, our brain will constantly think about, and for me, photography, even when I'm teaching. And that's a wonderful thing, because photography requires, from my perspective, photography requires the understanding of human lives, and the conditions and emotions of human beings. And that is something I get also from teaching. When I meet my students, when I interact with my students, they give me an input about the human condition, something that I am fascinated with in photography. So in a way, not only I'm lucky because I have time for both, but I'm lucky also because they're basically connected. When it comes to film versus digital, there's never really a versus, to be honest. Digital is a natural progression of film. But both have a place in photography. Both needs to have a place in photography. You cannot have one without the other, honestly. But personally, I love film. It's more organic, it's more real. And the relationship I have with my photos that were shot in film is more intimate, because film, the way you should film, the process of it starts with something that's tangible and will definitely end with something tangible. I feel the weight of it in my hands.